close quarters. The elevator doors slid shut, sealing Ava inside with Ethan Blake. She inhaled sharply, the space suddenly feeling much, much smaller. Of all people, he leaned casually against the mirrored wall, one hand in his pocket, his gaze settling on her like he had all the time in the world. Well, just us. She ignored the flicker of heat in her chest. Lucky me, he smirked. That sounded a little breathless, Ava. She scowled, stabbing the lobby button harder than necessary. But before the doors could close completely, the elevator jerked, then stopped. The lights dimmed to a low, intimate glow. Her breath hitched. Ethan pushed off the wall, rolling his shoulders. Guess we're stuck. Ava pressed the emergency button. No response. She tried her phone, no service. Ethan exhaled, stretching his arms behind his head, and the shift in his stance made his shirt pull just enough to hint at the lean muscle beneath. You okay? His voice had dropped, smooth and deep, and way too close. I'm fine, she said, but her pulse betrayed her thrumming wildly. He took a slow step toward her. The air between them was electric, humming with something unspoken. Are you? His voice was softer now, teasing, but edged with something darker, something that made her stomach tighten. She exhaled, suddenly aware of how warm it was in the small space. A single bead of sweat slid down her spine. She could smell him now, cedar, spice, something maddeningly familiar. Too close, but she didn't move. His eyes flicked down to her parted lips, to the rapid rise and fall of her chest. And then he reached past her, slowly, deliberately. His forearm brushed hers, and even that light contact sent a shiver through her. She bit her lip. His gaze dipped to catch the motion, darkening just slightly. You're enjoying this, she accused, her voice quieter than she meant. His lips twitched. Maybe. The tension was suffocating now, thick and hot. The hum of the elevator, the flickering of the dim lights, it all faded into the background. For a second, just one charged second, she wondered what would happen if she stepped forward instead of back, if she tilted her head just slightly. Then, with a sudden jolt, the elevator powered back on. Ava exhaled sharply as the doors slid open. Ethan stepped back, the heat between them still crackling. She didn't look at him as she strode out, but before the doors closed behind her, she heard his voice, low and full of amusement. See you soon, Ava. And she hated, absolutely hated, that she couldn't wait.